Hello, Dr. Dan here. Well, it's week 8 in our organizational development class, and we are seeing a slight transition this week. So let me explain. After you've gone through your learning objectives, you will notice that you have now completed, and of course you would have figured this out last week, but you have completed reading both The Toyota Way and Leading Change. So you've now completed those books. However, as I mentioned last week, don't just put those books aside. You need to reflect back on those books and literally go through them, reread content, look at some of those models and methods and so on that are applied, because you will be using them in the next couple of weeks as we enter sort of a new phase of the class where now we are into more of application of the process and actually exploring how you would actually apply an organizational development intervention. Many times when discussing organizational development, people jump right into the intervention. And as you may have learned, there are so many challenges associated with change that really much of the process is preparing for the change before an intervention actually takes place. Understanding, exploring, all of those types of things. So reflect back on your books, and then go ahead and jump into the discussion where, as you can see in the discussion, I've emphasized to reflect back on those first 7 weeks. Create a scenario using an example where maybe it's at your work, maybe it's if you're not working right now, maybe you can come up with some, sort of a fictitious scenario. Don't necessarily write or talk about the scenario too much. It's just kind of a basic scenario to help you understand how to apply some of this information. For this week, we're going to look at data collection, analyzing the data, and what methods you would use to diagnose problems. So this is kind of that first stage of an intervention where you're exploring information. You're not making any recommendations yet, you're just exploring the organization. So whether it's you in the future working internally or perhaps even as an external consultant coming in. So that's what we'll be working on for the week. And then of course, take your quiz, continue the portfolio assignment, where we'll be making a big transition now next week. So keep this in mind. This will be the last week that you really kind of make significant contributions based on what you have read and are learning for that particular week, because then next week you'll be writing essentially a conclusion. You reflect back on the previous weeks, and then you will be, and perhaps even this week, you begin planning for your presentation that you will be giving in week 10. That's going to come up very rapidly, so perhaps even go ahead and give yourself a little preview. Go to week 9, week 10, look at those instructions, look what's expected of you, and who knows, maybe you even want to begin designing that PowerPoint. And then finally, as always, please go and complete the week 8 continuous improvement survey. We highly value your thoughts, opinions, logical conclusions that you've developed that can help us improve not only the performance of your instructor of the class, but also the course design. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.